He was a war hero, a populist president, and a symbol of American toughness. But before all that, he shot and killed a man. This is the story of Andrew Jackson's Duel, a bloody prelude to the White House. Early 19th century America, especially in the South, was a society built on personal honor. To insult a man's reputation was to threaten his identity, and that couldn't go unanswered. The duel wasn't just violence. It was ritual. Men met at dawn, pistols in hand, with seconds as witnesses and surgeons waiting nearby. There were rules: count the paces, wait for the signal, fire once. Any deviation was seen as cowardice or cheating. Though illegal in many states, dueling remained widespread, particularly among politicians, lawyers, and military men. For men like Andrew Jackson, who rose from poverty and carried a chip on his shoulder, honor was everything. A scratch to his name wasn't just personal, it was political. And in this world, you didn't sue for defamation. You loaded your pistol. In 1806, Andrew Jackson, a lawyer, veteran, and rising political star, found himself in a feud with Charles Dickinson, a skilled duelist. The issue? A dispute over a horse race and, more importantly, an insult to Jackson's wife, Rachel. Dickinson called her a bigamist. Jackson took it personally. On May 30th, the two men met on the Kentucky border. Dickinson shot first. His bullet struck Jackson in the chest, just inches from his heart. But Jackson didn't fall. He took aim and fired. Dickinson was mortally wounded. He died later that day. Jackson survived, with the bullet lodged near his lung, for the rest of his life. Jackson was never charged. Dueling was illegal, but rarely prosecuted. Public opinion was divided. Some saw him as a brute, others as a man of principle. Jackson himself? He never expressed regret. He believed he did what was necessary to protect his wife's honor. Years after the duel, Andrew Jackson's legend only grew. To some, he was a reckless killer. But to many, he was a man of grit. Someone who stood his ground, no matter the cost. In 1828, Jackson rode that reputation all the way to the White House. He branded himself as the champion of the common man, and cast elites and bankers as the enemy. But his presidency wasn't just about slogans. It was about power. He vetoed more bills than all 6 of his predecessors combined, becoming the most veto-prone president up to that point in American history. He opposed the Second Bank of the United States, and ultimately dismantled it, viewing it as a threat to liberty and a tool of the elite. But his most controversial act was the signing of the Indian Removal Act. It led to the forced relocation of tens of thousands of Native Americans, and the deaths of thousands, especially during the Trail of Tears. Jackson governed like he dueled, directly, aggressively, and with little patience for opposition. He believed leadership was about will, about striking first and never flinching. His enemies called him a tyrant. His supporters? A hero. Even today, historians debate. Was he a builder of democracy? Or a man who expanded it only for some? Andrew Jackson is remembered as a war hero and a populist president. He expanded democracy, for some. He gave a voice to the common white man, but silenced Native Americans, upheld slavery, and ruled with iron will. He believed honor justified violence, and leadership meant never backing down. So what kind of democracy did he build? One that empowered many, but excluded so many others. History remembers him as a founder of American democracy, but also as a warning, a reminder that democracy must serve all, not just the powerful.